global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello guys, welcome to Global Happenings. Today we have a trending news for you, and the headline reads, Chief Emeka Ihiedioha replies Gov.Hope Uzodinma. Suspends plan return to Imo State, and he says he's not aware that he has been exiled from the state. See more details. But before we go into the news proper and further analysis, would you like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button below. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Okay, let's go straight into the news of the day. Ihidioha suspends planned return to Imo State, says he's not aware that he has been exiled out of the state. I have been informed that the government of Imo State, acting in concert with some rogue elements within the security apparatus, is planning the arrest and detention of many of our supporters and to visit mayhem on the expected large crowd which they anticipate will come out to welcome me back home. By judging me by my character, their scheme is to stigmatize and garb us into toga of violence. Let's read a full press statement here. It has come to my attention that the Imo State government yesterday issued a statement on my planned visit to Owerri this morning. As most people are aware, well aware, I haven't visited the state since the Supreme Court judgment of 14 January 2020 and was planning to come in to participate in the ongoing congresses being conducted by my party, the People's Democratic Party. While I have in recent weeks elected to stay away from family and friends in Imo, I am not aware that I have been exiled out of my state. Unfortunately, the statement by the Imo State government made several spurious allegations, including that I plan to lead violent protests as well as import thugs to perpetuate violence. Nothing could be further from the truth. I am not, and I have never been, and I will never be a violent person. My reputation is that of peace and fair play. I have never propagated or tolerated violence, and I never will. On the contrary, I have been informed that the government of Imo State acted in consent with some rogue elements within the security apparatus and is planning the arrest and detention of many of our supporters and to visit mayhem on the expected large crowd which they anticipate will come out to welcome me back home. By judging me by their own character, their scheme is to stigmatize and garb us in the toga of violence. These are the tendencies of unpopular and illegitimate regimes. It is therefore for the foregoing reasons that I have decided to postpone my trip to Owerri so as to frustrate their evil plans and mechanizations. My visit is not worth the life of any Imo citizen. However, the massive deployment of security personnel by the government as well as thugs cannot deter us and the majority of our people from pursuing our collective vision for a better Imo State. The constitutional rights, including the right to free speech and freedom of movement, are inalienable, and nobody can take that away from me. I will certainly, by the grace of God, be visiting the state very soon. Right Honorable Emeka Ihiedioha, CON. Alright, that's the full press statement by Chief Emeka Ihiedioha concerning this whole issue. You know, I keep saying this over and over again. This is politics and we shouldn't take it further away. When I heard the first statement made by Hope Uzodinma, the governor of Imo State, at the Supreme Court imposed governor of Imo State. Whether it's Supreme Court or not, right now he is the present governor of Imo State, Supreme Court imposed or not. I felt that he went to the extreme, saying that that they should not allow them to protest or whatever. I feel that's to the extreme. Even if they protest, it's still within their jurisdictional rights. Yes, they still have in our constitution, we still have that right as a citizen to express. There's this what we call freedom of expression. Even freedom of movement is very much allowed. Except there's a curfew somewhere. They say, okay, from this time, and it has time duration, from this time to this time, or from this day to this day, please, no one should come out because there's a curfew. But other than that, there's absolutely freedom of movement, freedom of speech. And because you're the governor of Imo State, you shouldn't gag anyone. I have the right to choose who I want to choose. I can decide to choose whoever I like. It's my choice, and I have my reasons. That you are choosing the opposite person does not mean I must fight you or I must call you names because you have your reasons for choosing the opposing person. So that's why there should be freedom of rights, freedom of expression, freedom of choice, but there should be a common ground of compromise where we should be able to tolerate ourselves. Now that is where peace reigns. But the situation where you begin to insist that my right should be superimposed over yours and yours is not important, that means you are beginning to infringe on my right. Like you rightly said, why should his coming home? Somebody is an illustrious son of Imo State, just the way Uzodinma is. And he said he wants to come home. He has supporters. Just the way Uzodinma has his own supporters. You cannot say because Emeka Ihiedioha for a while now has not been in Imo State since 14th of January 2020. And for crying out loud, and he said, okay, let me come home. Ever since all this saga, I've seen the massive support Imolites have given. He has seen the massive support Imolites have given to him. Despite all this trauma and saga, they stood by him, despite the results. And he's trying to say, Daloso, well done. Thank you for being with us or for believing in me, even though it didn't go my way. I'm coming home to say thank you. And you are saying that you're anticipating that there will be a crowd and they will want to cause mayhem. Why are you scared? He that is done if you no for, the guilty runner. The Bible says the guilty runner when no one pursue it. Nobody is even pursuing you are running. What is pursuing you? Your guilt. I am not calling him a guilty man. I'm only saying, why are you anticipating there's going to be a problem? Why is there security chiefs? If you feel there's everywhere in the world, even there's protests like that, just keep your security guards on red alert in case of any issues. And they shouldn't carry real bullets. They shouldn't carry real firearms. They should carry rubber bullets. If they have to. But honestly, this is not protest. This is homecoming. Homecoming means we are rejoicing with our son. Who goes to marriage ceremony and carries gun? I want to go and kill somebody. It's a place for celebration. Who goes for child education and carries gun? We are rejoicing. It's a time for merriment. Everybody's happy. Whatever guns you're carrying, you shove it because that place is time for merriment. That's the same thing. Emeka Ihiedioha is coming home. I would have even thought that him coming home, Uzodinma as a son, if he is claiming that there's no blood loss, there's no love lost between him and Emeka Ihiedioha. I'm talking about the two senators, the two former senators. I'm talking about Emeka Ihiedioha and Hope Uzodinma. Then, as he's coming home, he should stretch his hands of friendship. Except you have taken the politics too far, you have turned it to bad blood. If not, as he's coming home, go hug him. Go with your entourage. Go with your security. You guys are still, both of you are still sons of Imo State. Forget the whole issue of Fulani, whatever. Come say, look, guy, let's not allow this thing to come in between us. In any way you can vision, that's to show the world that truly there's nothing in between you. But now you're beginning to put propaganda into this whole matter. Make it look as if there's more to this than meets the eye. Somebody is coming home and the supporters are trying to welcome, and you have started escalating. And there's a problem. There's going to be a protest. They want to they want to remove peace from the land. Bringing problem where there is none. Now he has said something that reminds me. The statement he made reminds me of what Goodluck Ebele Jonathan said. Oh, I hope this will not be a repetition of Nigerian election of 2015 and what we are seeing now. I remembered when Jiga, the INEC chairman then, announced President Muhammad Buhari as the president of Nigeria. One of the commissioners then shouted, the PDP member, PDP chieftain, shouted, no, it's not possible. It's not possible. It's not possible. This is an inconclusive election. It's not possible. PDP, Jonathan, Buhari cannot win. Jonathan picked up his phone call and congratulated this president, Muhammad Buhari. Told him congratulations. And he said something unique. He said, no Nigerian, no blood, as in no Nigerian is what, in the name of election, no blood of Nigerian is worth it. And every single Nigerian's life is important to him. He's not worth the blood of any Nigerian. Therefore, if he's accepting defeat, he's going to bring peace to the nation, and no Nigerian will lose his or her blood. By all means, he accepts defeat. That's what history was made that day. He has quoted the same thing that made me look at Ihidioha again the second time. He said, no Imolites, no blood of Imolite is worth the tussle. If my coming home, there's already thugs on ground, there's already a security apparatus waiting to shoot at sight, definitely life will be lost. Because of that singular statement, press release made by Gov.Hope Uzodinma over the issues that the securities are red alert on any breakdown of law and all that is going to take decisive decision over any unscrupulous element that will distort the peace of Imo State. He had decided to suspend his homecoming simply because he knew that Imolites will come out en masse. Online, you could feel the pulse. Even without you even being in Imo State, online you will feel the pulse of the people, that they are in full support of Hope Emeka Ihiedioha, They're in full support of Emeka Ihiedioha. You can't take away that support. The only thing you can do is to try and win back the love of Imolites by performing. Hope Uzodinma, that's the only way you can win the love of the people back. Perform, protect your people. Then they will know you are really you are in there for good. But if you keep revisiting this issue of Emeka Ihiedioha and keep fighting him, you are just worsening the situation. It will now be like a case of Goodluck and Jonathan versus President Muhammadu Buhari, where both of them are still talking. Someone would say, no, what happened? The reason why we are not performing is because this past dispensation, they have left so much alone. There's nothing to perform. You keep referring to the past dispensation. You have not moved forward. The days have started counting for you as a governor. What have you done? Forget about the past. Try and reach out to Emeka Ihiedioha and work in synergy if you must. Protect your people. That's the mandate that was given to you by Supreme Court. Why don't you just do the thing that will favor your people and forget this whole issue of propaganda here and there? And this is what Emeka Ihiedioha is saying. If his homecoming is going to cause bloodshed, simply because his people have shown love, he wants to tell them thank you, Mena, Daluso, Una well done, Eshegon. In all, he wants to say thank you. And now you're saying that this thank you is going to be a protest that is going to bring destabilization. He's now saying, let it not cause trouble. I don't want to lose any life. I will stay away. But let it be known that I have not gone on exile. That I have not stepped my feet into Imo State is by choice, not because I've been exiled. So don't give the impression I've been exiled. At any point in time, I will come. But because of the so much tension that is around, I will stay away. If you ask me, those are the words of a leader. Sentiment aside, that you will not think of your own personal gain, but the people you are governing, the people you are ruling. I hope Uzodinma is listening. This is the same thing that played out during President Jonathan and President Muhammadu Buhari's saga in 2015 election. Nigerians are beginning to see the difference between the two. I just hope that 3-4 years after, we will not see the difference between Hope Uzodinma and Emeka Ihiedioha. I hope 3-4 years later, Imolites will not cry and say, oh, how did we let go Emeka Ihiedioha when he was the governor? Prove to the people that the mandate that had been given to you by Supreme Court was not to truncate them, but to really improve them. Prove to the Imolites that what Father Mbaka said, that you're bringing hope to the people, is genuinely hope and not propaganda and a politically induced prophecy. But that's where I'm going to wrap my own up. What do you think about the press release made by Chief Emeka Ihiedioha?